You may recall that faculty and staff sent a petition to the Board of Trustees of Oklahoma City Southwestern College earlier this year. They protested the breakup of the school's Board of Administration and what they considered deviation from the school's moral and scholastic principles. Scott Muse, president of the Pentecostal Holiness-sponsored college, sent letters to those faculty members saying he assumed they would resign unless they met with them individually. Since those events in February, many of the faculty members have not been reinstated, and the Southwestern summer class schedule shows only 6 instructors' names. 43 classes only list staff as the instructor. According to J. Floyd Williams, bishop of the Pentecostal Church, Southwestern President Scott Muse resigned following a weekend meeting with the college trustees. Muse became business administrator for the Bethany Healthcare Village, a nursing home in which Bishop Williams is a corporate member. The college trustees appointed a fact-finding committee to explore campus financial problems and alleged irregularities with the Southwestern English Language School for its many foreign students. It has also been learned now that Southwestern will have to move its School of Theology from the Bell Student Center. The building has a mortgage from the tax-supported Department of Housing and Urban Development, which must comply with the separation of church and state. Ironically, it had to move the religious classes in 1976 from the campus library building, which had federal health, education, and welfare department funding. The latest development occurred yesterday and today, when faculty members were told they could not be paid. College Vice President Tom Murray said this was because so many students had not paid tuition, but Murray says the pay problem will be resolved by Monday. Now, it appears the future of Oklahoma City Southwestern College may be in the hands of the Trustees Fact-Finding Committee, which is in the process of examining the school's problems. Brad Edwards, News Center 4.
Hello, I'm Wesley Stuckwish. I'm running as an alternate to the National Convention in Detroit. I appreciate your vote for me.
Okay, well, I sure will consider you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
They have them at the regular headquarters, I understand. There.
Betty Brakehead said today.
As alternate National Convention delegate. Above. Paragraph 5. Any matter not covered by these rules or the rules of the Republic.
So it is the ruling of the chair that we will clear all of the spectators out of the room. All of the delegates, please sit still. This election is very important.
86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93.
All right, second that motion.
I'll make a motion.
Federation of Government Employees, AFL-CIO Local Number 918. All of these people donated door prizes and will be given out tonight.
it's much easier to get to a place in Oklahoma City. You don't have to spend as much money. You don't have to use as much gasoline. And the facilities are just every bit as nice or better than if you drive quite some distance.
If you come here, you can swim. They have saunas, whirlpools, recreations, and all kinds, and nice eating facilities.
So is this hotel your vacation?
Well, you might say a nice weekend vacation. It definitely is.
Well, it's just essentially an oil field and a residential addition, we feel, don't mix, and therefore we're asking them to move their oil field to the outer boundaries away from the existing housing, because all of these things that go with an oil field are an impairment on the community life and the enjoyment of the people.
Or that the wholesalers have supplied to the pharmacy. Just, that'd just be speculation. You can't, I wouldn't even hazard a guess. We're guessing at an unknown. There were some of those people that were diverting it.
So these people,
I think that this points up the fact again that we are putting pressure on pharmacies and people that are diverting controlled substances, whether it be in pharmacies, hospitals, doctors, wherever it may be. This pressure does account and will account more in the future for probably more armed robberies. But the thing about it is, these drugs were being diverted, and we have shut down what we feel one of the major suppliers. And it's going to have an effect on our drug abusers in the state.
take time for people. The merchants all try to get to know their customers, and to me, that really means a lot. Anyway, everything we want and need is right here. Downtown Edmond. I guess you could say it's like taking a modern step into the past.
And I can't tell you how many more policemen it would put on, or how many more roads it would build, or how many more parks it would build, but it would basically go for increased fire and police protection, which we could use. We just tried to pass a bond issue for street improvements, which didn't pass. We could use streets. I don't think there's a city any place that couldn't use more and better streets. And
We'll start out over here on Fuels. It had the name of Michael George in it. That we'll walk these areas out, going door to door, and asking, you know, if anyone's seen this girl. Does everybody know what she looks like? If not, we do have a picture of her here. Be sure that you know what she looks like before you leave.
Step over here by the door and we'll assign you. There you go.
Taking the picture of.
6-year-old girl.
Oh, I heard about that this morning. I haven't seen the hide in her hair of any little girl fitting that description, but I guarantee you if I hear anything, I'll sure let you know.
Okay, we've got a command post set up at 45th and Styles up there at the church parking lot.
Yeah, okay, I know where it's at. Yeah,
so
it's right up there by
if you
my
find
house.
out anything, or just go up there or give us a call, one or the other.
I certainly will.
Okay,
I sure do hope you find her.
I do too.
If you noticed around lately that all your state employees receive 10%, and other departments in the metropolitan area receive 10% wage increase. And I feel that that's probably our minimum.
Well, in light of the cutbacks and changes that we've already had to make already in the city's budget, it'd be impossible to fund 10% increases for city employees without making further adjustments or further cutbacks in the budget.
Do you think that would be done?
I would question whether that would be advisable. I certainly wouldn't recommend that we do that, but of course those decisions are up to the council.
And I'll work these areas here real close here. He can go on down or whatever.
Well,
okay.
Sincerely yours.
The credit restraints have been strong, and what the effect is that we in Small Business Administration have become even more aggressive in providing support to existing businesses rather than new startups. These existing businesses are the ones that are going through the credit crunch. They're going through hard economic times. The hurdles are there, and we are providing assistance for them to go over that hurdle.
The marshals are Marilyn R. Flowers and Larry K. Michelson. The banner carrier is Sherry Richardson.
The biggest problem the automobile people have, even the owners of automobiles, is the gasoline price. I don't think it will get better probably until maybe December.
The high interest rates have placed a tremendous burden on most dealerships, and that's one reason why the inventories have had to be watched with a very scrutinizing eye in the past several months, and probably will continue to have to be till the interest rate does subside some more.
As me and my family, my brothers and sisters, would sit down and play games, and till we got so good that none could beat each other. Then we'd go on to the next game, and I guess I to create a game that was new.
David first got...
Okay, so have really little inclination to go into it with another game. Oh, sure, I do other games on the side so I can play. But as far as trying to put them on the market, this is the main one that I want to put on the market.
What's next? David wants to watch the progress of, say, football.
Lo de la cocina fue una idea mía. La cocina fue una idea mía.
Cinco más personas acá.
Hasta el momento estoy solo. Dime el número del edificio tuyo. 1753. ¿La religión tu profesa?
Pero es como quiera, cuando vas a inmigración, le das sus papeles y le dices, ¿qué pasó?
Porque entonces ella dijo que ella tenía miedo, ¿no?, para la localización de su familia.
Vaya a ser que no la puedan localizar
por el nombre
por
cambiado.
el nombre cambiado, ya me entiendes.
Pero no importa ahorita, está bien. Okay,
eso no hay problema.
No hay problema.
Ay, gracias.
Okay, gracias.
Hay un pero 12 tareas arriba. ¿Qué quiere? Ojalá que le da. Tírate. Ahí, quieto ahí, quieto ahí. Vamos allá. Él lo sabe bien que deja de estar jugando aquí. Pues eso es jorrón, para coger la pelota, para sacar. No, ese es jorrón. Atiéndeme. Mira, habla tú. ¿En qué lugar tú estabas jugando ayer? Eso no era mío. Usted mismo dijo, me dijo a mí antes de empezar el juego. Usted me dijo antes de empezar el juego. Si era jorrón, era arriesgo. No, si se la llevaba jorrón. Después de la cerca, tú no vas a brincar una cerca.
hopefully there'll be no more cutbacks, and there's always still the possibility that because of inflation or high unemployment or for economic reasons out of control of the recipients, that there still may be a reduction in food stamps in August because of lack of enough money. And Congress has specifically stated that they will not give or allocate any more money to the food stamp program for fiscal year 1980.
We called up the Womack Properties and told them our grievances before we started this, and they said, well, if you don't like the situation, then move. Well, if we had the money to move, you're darn right we'd move, but we don't have the money to move. If we had a $100 deposit and the first month's rent for a nice place, you bet we'd move, but we don't have the money.
We have never run across this situation where we've had people balk so loudly because they are being evicted for good cause, I'm sure.
And is it for good cause?
I'm sure it's for good cause, or we would not evict them.
In a situation where all else fails, we do have in our procedures the ability to use the gas that we did use. Would make note at this time that the gas was labeled as a non-lethal gas, and it was used with that in mind, that it was not to be a lethal substance. Emergency efforts to resuscitate the inmate after the tear gas was used was made at the penitentiary, and at approximately 11:30 last night the inmate was pronounced dead on arrival after being taken to the McAllister General Hospital. The department has notified all the proper officials of the incident, and everything was done to restore peace in the disciplinary area of the penitentiary. And a full investigation of the incident is underway by the department and by the OSBI.
$12 million is really not that much, and it's an investment. It's an investment in the economy of Oklahoma and the communities through which these railroads operate. And if the railroad should be salvaged after the state buys the railroads, we can recover the $12 million through salvage.
Roll over any opposition out there on the legislative floor. And Rock Island hasn't. To say that the salvage value is equal to the amount of money we're going to spend is ridiculous. I've been in the legislature 15 years, and I tell you that when you start spending $10, $12 million, you're going to continue spending the taxpayers' money year after year to protect that investment.
I talked to Judge Nafee just before I left to find out if it was all right for us to come on out here, and he said yeah, because he had heard nothing from the Supreme Court on it. So we're going to lock it up and let them have it.
Okay, he said that at about the fourth can of gas, he started hitting the wall and started fibrating and had excruciating pain and was trying to give up the stick and does not know what happened with the stick, but he knew he was in no condition to throw it at the guard as he was accused of doing.
What does the court order outline for the use of chemical agents in this kind of case?
Okay, back in 1974, the court ordered specifically that the unjustified use of chemical agents against inmates is prohibited. There is a very narrow circumstance where use of chemical agents can be permitted, where there is a present, an actual, and imminent threat of death or bodily harm. And it's quite clear to us that a man with 4 cans of gas in him, you know, with a stick, locked in his cell, does not present a threat of bodily injury or death.
What do you
I think it's pretty late. I think they should have provided the report to the ACLU and to the court as they are supposed to do. I think that John Nichols might be alive today if the report had been filed at a proper earlier time.
Seems like almost every weekend there's an arts festival of one kind or another in the Oklahoma City area. So what makes this festival lady on the Paseo any different?
Okay, we'll see you.
I wanted to go to Falls so bad, and that gas is what stopped me.
We intended to go to Lake Efala or, state lodges over there, but we can't afford them.
Just cost you too much to get there and back. Cost you $40 round trip now.
Came out here because I just live 4 blocks away.
This gas is killer. I tell you, you put $5 worth of gas in this boy and it's gone.
Can't go anywhere.
A couple hours,
I don't know what happened. I got out and started shooting back.
All right. Can you get this covered?
Sure can.
Hey, you guys get back, okay?
No, that is dry.
It's good and dry.
I think this is dry. Well, we've got some moisture.
Got some moisture there. We might want to go ahead and pull these boards off.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Screwdriver.